Case Study 0044. Hold Your Breath with comedian Nate Todd. Friends on a camping trip find themselves being picked off one by one when one member of the group refuses to abide by the urban myth that you can breathe in evil spirits when passing cemeteries. Okay. So Nate.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing? How are you feeling today?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I watched this film, I think 7 days ago, maybe 8. And I forgot what half this movie was about.
Yeah, that'll happen. That's going to be a problem because I was only half watching it today.
This movie was quite...
Yeah.
Yeah, a mosaic of...
Beautiful.
Of something. of cop deaths.
Oh my God.
Regular deaths.
I mean, before we jump in.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Was the eyeball fetish ever explained?
Was anything explained?
All right, that's fair.
Man.
I feel like I missed a movie before this one.
Yeah.
They tried to make up for that with the 60 years ago. This is what happened in the first 3 minutes, but it wasn't enough.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like there should have been a movie that was a prequel to that scene.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
That might have been more interesting if we just watched.
Yes.
That opening montage was intense.
It was very much insane.
Yeah.
Let's jump in.
Yes, let's.
Because we start off at the Good Child Sanitarium for the Criminally Insane, which is very much something that does not exist anymore.
Yeah, in the 50s.
1956.
Yeah, contemporary times, really.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I like to nitpick costumes of everything, and they did not do a terrible job. I was impressed.
Yeah, they had the nice filter over the screen that's you're in the 50s.
Without that filter, you would have no idea.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, Carter's president. I assume. I don't know.
Jimmy? That was the 70s.
70s. Who's president of the 50s? Eisenhower?
I don't know.
Okay.
And we are looking at an audience to view an execution.
Yes.
We got scarred ladies, upset ladies, dudes that are comforting the ladies.
We have scarred ladies internally, scarred ladies on their face.
Yep, there's scars everywhere.
Okay. Question for you.
Yes.
Would you see an execution?
Fuck that.
Okay.
I don't even like listening to true crime. I don't like when it's real.
Okay.
You?
Okay.
No judgment.
I don't. Your answer made me question myself because I feel like in the days of yore, if you will, I don't know, or whatever that's called, where the
you got it.
I'd probably go see a hanging because I'd probably be already playing soccer in the street.
Right.
And I'd be like, oh yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
But
you don't even have to go to it. It's right there for you.
Yeah. I guess I wouldn't hate to be in a situation where I had the opportunity to go see an execution.
I would hate to be in the situation where I would want to see that person executed because that means something really shitty went down.
Yeah, that you're involved with. Yeah. I'd watch a gladiator fight.
Fuck yeah. Those guys fight to the death.
They signed up for it. So.
That's a volunteer basis. Come on.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, it's gross. Oh, and I noticed the guy that plays Dietrich von Klaus, our mass murderer who is being executed, he plays Murphy on Z Nation, which is an asylum TV show about zombies.
Wow. Is this the good one?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it is not.
Okay.
But the good one is based off of that one. But I think the only basis is that it has zombies in it.
Okay. Of course, the warden's name is John Wilkes. I don't know. I heard that and I was just grown.
Garone.
John Wilkes.
And he's in a booth. Come on.
Yeah. I was like, what is this? What is this, like some weird Confederacy undertone?
Yeah, and because the mass murderer is actually a preacher, so he's good, even though. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm saying.
No, but you're right. Like the asylum tends to love priests.
They do, and you know what I noticed about this movie is, much like the last movie I covered, they swore a lot in this movie. Like not a lot until the very end when what's his name?
I could do a whole podcast on that guy. Yeah. When
he showed up, he was like, "What the fuck, you fucking idiots, fucking doing?" I was like, "Yay, the hero!"
The hero. You said the costumes were good. No nitpicking. I wrote, everyone in this intro scene looks like a serial killer.
Because every serial killer you know of is from the 50s.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just pulling that on my ass. I don't know.
You know this maybe because you maybe heard the stand-up joke I've done before, but I once learned that a majority of serial killers are Virgos, and I am a Virgo. And sometimes I think, oh man, am I just like a semi-traumatic childhood away from actually being a serial killer? Like,
yeah, that and a concussion.
Yeah. Or that, wake up a serial killer. Oh man.
Instead, you're just gay, so you're still like.
I mean, a lot of serial killers gay, right?
I don't know, but that's right there, the traumatic childhood. You're like stepping in the.
Serial killer or gay? Got to pick one.
Both terrible. No, I'm just kidding.
Both will get a Netflix docuseries.
Well, if you are both, not both.
Oh yeah, if you are both. Yeah.
I kept writing the mass murderer down wrong because on IMDb, the mass murderer was named Van Housen, but in the movie, his name is Van Klaus.
I commend you for learning any name of any character in this film.
I don't. I write it down because I don't. He's like, you can't kill me, I'm awesome. So he kills, does he kill guards? He kills a warden for sure, but does he also kill guards? Because I feel like he killed a bunch of people. Yeah,
he knocked a few people out. To death.
Yes, and pulled their eyes out to death.
Yeah.
And his own.
Yeah.
He loves eyeballs.
And they don't explain that at all.
Okay, I just had a theory just now pop into my head. That's what it is.
Okay, or pop out like an eyeball?
Oh my God, shut up. It is because he was a preacher, thus, hence and alas, he was celibate and he wasn't happy about it. Eyeballs are testicles to him.
Wow. You know, eyeballs really are the testicles to the face. I don't know if I made that up or if someone has said that before, but I do think that's funny. Well, he goes eye for an eye.
Yes. Okay, that's your explanation. That was the whole premise to all of that.
One
line.
Is the eye for an eye thing, is that from the Bible?
I think so. Okay. I'm not positive, but I think so.
Because Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Martin,
that one, yeah.
He said something about like, if we did an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, everyone would be blind and toothless.
Oh, get wrecked, right? America.
And so when he said that, I was like, is he referencing Martin Luther King or is he referencing the Bible? I genuinely don't know.
I don't think anyone knew who he was in 1956.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to say Bible.
Also, okay, yeah. I love how he starts killing people, and people are just sitting and watching.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah. I can't believe he's doing that. Can you see this?
Yeah. Oh no. And they're like, rush the execution. Get him in the chair. It's like, no, bitch, shoot him. You are a cop.
You don't have guns on you? This is America, and you are a cop.
Like, what? And he just killed your coworker, your colleague.
And you're just trying to strap him down.
I know.
Like, get a pen, like stab him in the throat. Like, the electric chair is no longer the option for maximum killing in this situation.
Yes.
I couldn't
Especially if we're trying to prevent more killings.
Thank you.
Yeah. I will say, asylum films, their intro scenes usually slap.
Oh, fuck yeah, they do.
Like, I'm realizing this now, yeah.
And then they punch you in the face until you're bored to death.
Yeah. Kind of like me. Sex with Me is like an asylum film. I really get you going at the first part, then I'm boring to death from the rest.
Present day.
Yeah, that's what I wrote on top of my page as well.
Everyone loves Johnny. Johnny's here to pick up the crew, and there's ladies and dudes, and Johnny's the coolest.
I wrote, first thing, why do I hate Johnny already?
I think I just explained that.
Just a bunch of dudes with his guys, and the girls are there with the dudes.
I had to IMDb him because I was like, I feel like I've seen this guy in a million things. He looks so fucking familiar.
Yeah.
He has a huge catalog of movies that he's done.
Ooh,
huge.
Okay. I might
huge,
pull
huge, huge.
up his IMDb right
So I was like scrolling. I don't know any of this shit. A lot of Asylum stuff, of course. But then I find it. He was the android in Android Cop, which is a very good Asylum movie, and everyone should watch it.
now. Okay, you know what? I might.
Do you
I might.
I mean, it's not that good, but it's good for an Asylum movie. So Johnny pulls up and he's like, hey, everybody, it's me, Johnny. And I was like, oh, shit, it's fucking Johnny. Let's fucking blast his ass. I don't know. Regardless, everyone fucking loves Johnny. And then we're getting little side scenes with the other characters. Let's like plant some characteristics in here. And we get the stoner, Kyle. And Tony comes by. He's like, what are you gonna be fucking smoking? Like, cops will arrest you, blah, blah, blah. This is 2012, so we were all still fearful of...
The Devil's Lettuce?
Yes.
2012. That was very close to when Colorado legalized weed recreationally.
Right. You guys did it before anyone.
That's what made us cool. This might have been a propaganda film. Anti-weed. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
I don't know why I wrote, oh, great, we have a stoner. And then in quotes, I wrote, we aren't in high school anymore.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Because at this point, they're driving.
We can talk a little bit more.
It's fine,
All right.
but they're just about to get in. There's some duffel bags and shit, and they throw them on top of the car, and then they drove off. They didn't fasten those bags down at all. Like, those bags...
Gone.
Absolutely gone. Later, they're like, what happened to my bag? Bitch, you didn't fucking tie those down. Where do you think those bags went? So Johnny's like, no phones.
Ugh. Fuck you.
Yeah, like seriously, it's 2012, not 2002. Like, fuck you, Johnny.
Do you remember, like, well, of course you remember.
Nope.
Like, I remember there was a time where, like, I had a cell phone and I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to bring my phone to this. I'm not going to bring my phone to camp because, like, why? Now it's like, I bring my phone to the shower.
Yep, absolutely. I will bring my phone to the car to check to see if I left my phone there because I can't find it.
He's like, no phones this weekend. They lock it up. And it's like, of course you're going to lose the key. And that's when I realized, like, oh, this is like a basic horror film. Like, these are hot people going camping.
Yes. Once Johnny showed up and then the stoner was smoking pot, and I was like, okay, here we go. Yep. This is what we're doing. Let's fucking do it.
This is what Cabin in the Woods is making fun of.
Yes. And well. And then Heath is like, I'm going to say nerd things and be very specific about nerd facts and blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, shut up, nerd. And then someone else is like, yeah, but remember when he shot that nun with a paperclip and blah, blah, blah? He's a cool nerd.
Yeah.
What?
Like, I was like, they like ruined this woman's life.
Yeah, but it's funny because they were in high school, you idiot.
Well, they're not in high school anymore.
Oh, wait, we're not in high school anymore? That's what Kyle said because he's a stoner.
Yeah. The way they gaslight stoners in this film.
Yes, thank you. There's a whole drive to camping, and it looks like they're going to visit Hansel and Gretel from the movie Hansel and Gretel.
Yes, which for our listeners out there, you could go and check out our podcast where we break down in 3 different episodes. The first one, one episode, the first one, and then in 2 separate episodes, the sequel to Hansel to Gretel. It's actually Hansel v. Gretel. But...
They give Kyle such a hard time.
Oh my gosh. My heart goes out to him.
Thank you. And someone was like...
Wait, Kyle's the stoner, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And someone was like, how high do you plan on getting? You know what? Maybe I'm getting high enough to deal with you fucking assholes.
Yeah, exactly.
Dickheads.
Okay, first of all, check yourself.
Thank you.
You're probably a sex addict.
Okay.
Because, like, people in this film are horny. We'll probably get to there. And also, second of all, just, like, let people do what they want to do.
I mean, come on. Yeah. He's not hurting anybody yet.
Oh, yeah,
Nope.
indeed.
Nope.
Oof. I'll say it though, Kyle, really hot.
He's cute.
He's my type.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go for the stoner muscly guy?
Yeah, I mean, they don't have to be stoners, but I like the muscly guy where it's like you clearly did a lot of muscle needed things and then you started
Living your life.
So you got like a good base layer.
Yes,
You
I
know?
love a base layer.
We love a base layer.
So much better than a base tan. So they pull up to a graveyard.
Yes.
Jerry, who
Katrina Bowen.
was fantastic in this movie because boy did I hate her.
I have so many things to say about this woman.
So Jerry's like, you gotta hold your breath. Everybody knows you have to hold your breath when you get to a graveyard until you pass by it and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I have never fucking heard this. And multiple people in this car were also like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Except Kyle. He's like, no, that's cool.
Kyle's like, believe women. If someone was like, okay, it's one thing to say like, oh, hold your breath by a cemetery or whatever.
Yes.
But the emotions she had into it.
Oh my God. If
And her
they did
investment.
not hold their breath, she would have had a fucking heart attack.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. She was like, this is serious, guys.
Baby, no.
This isn't like not buckling your seatbelt.
In a tornado. This is
tornado.
just driving.
Yeah.
You are driving past something.
If I had a friend that acted that way, I would end that friendship.
I would make
I'd be
them
like,
get out of my car,
Yeah.
drive past it, let them get back in when they walk past it.
That one.
Fuck you.
That one. Which, yeah, the hysterical attitude she had about driving past a graveyard. Or like,
No.
did they discover this when the Model T was invented?
Yes,
you-
I would like to know the science in this.
Yes, me as well.
Thank you. So they all do because just shut up, white lady.
Yeah. Get that on a t-shirt. Shut up, white lady.
Except for Kyle. Like Kyle does for a minute and he's like, I can't not smoke pot for more than 5 seconds. I got to take a hit off my pipe. Guess what happens when he takes a hit off his pipe?
The stoner gets possessed.
He inhales a whole fucking ghost, dude.
That feel when?
Bro, he probably coughed so much.
Oh, man.
Oh, and in the process, he drops a pipe on somebody else's lap and everyone freaks out. And it's like, it's fine, you guys.
Yeah.
He's coughing after taking a hit.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's been-
So they have to stop the car and Tony has to take a leak.
Yes.
He's like, oh boy, I'm taking a leak. Cool. Look at this thing that I'm looking at as I take a leak, everybody. And it's the sanitarium. And everyone's like, oh, cool. Let's go now. And then Natasha, I had to write everyone's name down multiple
I'm so
times.
okay. Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
like
Thank you.
you were saying their names making eye contact with me. So I'm just like, okay, maybe you wrote them down, but you remember them.
Okay, but here's the thing. I wrote them down multiple times and I was watching the movie like, who the fuck is that? What the fuck is their name?
Yeah.
Why are you saying it like I should
A
know?
lot of characters in this film.
Too many.
Like they could have cut
Too
down a
Yeah.
few.
Cut it in half.
Yeah, well,
Mm.
we'll get there.
So Natasha's like, hey, Johnny, let's go fuck somewhere. And he's like, cool, let's do that. And they're like, hey, we're going to go. Here's the keys. And everyone else is like, dude, don't. And they're like, well, we go after. They have the stupidest conversation. Let's go get him. Let's not. Let's leave. Whatever. They go after them. You can see them. They're like 10 feet away.
Yeah.
The next scene is the Scooby Gang at the sanitarium trying to find these guys. They could see them. How did
Yeah.
they lose them?
And the stoner guy's like, well, now possessed stoner guy.
Yes.
So, newly augmented, I don't even know the word, like newly corporeal ghost of murderer
Klaus.
is like, man, I've been in a hole for 60 years. I gotta rub one out and do it the only way I know how. You guys go in there.
Pulling
I'm
out
gonna stay-
eyeballs.
Yeah, I gotta pull some eyeballs out.
If you know what I'm saying.
Because eyeballs are the testicles to the face.
The windows to the face.
The windows
to the soul face. All right. Anyway, so he's by the car because Tony threw him the keys. And he's like, I'm going to smoke some more weed because that's what my body likes that I'm in currently. And a cop rolls up and I'm like, oh shit, he's going to get busted for weed. The cop is oblivious.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Nope.
No. Mm.
You know he smells so much like weed.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, cop. You're a bad cop.
Yeah.
And he's like, so what's going on? You got some car trouble? And Kyle's like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Car trouble.
And he's like, well, I am a public servant, so pop the hood. Let's see what I can do to help you, sir.
Yeah, like the friendliest cop that has ever existed.
Yeah, which means you're dying soon.
Did you notice the patch on his shoulder?
No.
Oh my God. It is full on tempera paint on construction paper and taped to his sleeve. It was gorgeous. So Kyle pulls out his eyeball. Because cop is, he's doing car stuff that I'm a girl, so I don't understand.
Owen dated a guy that was like super into cars, and then I was like, who the fuck is Shelby?
I don't know.
So the punchline of that joke is Shelby is a kind of car.
Oh, see, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was good though.
Yeah. If you knew cars, you'd be like, that's funny.
I know. I would be like that.
When he plucked the eye out of the cop, I wrote, this movie is painfully average. But that's also like the first 20 minutes. I was entertained throughout part of this film. So I might rescind that statement, but I had to.
Yeah, no. I get it. Overall, I got to say, I didn't hate this movie. It entertained me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So now we cut back to the sanitarium, and they're walking through after they finally find a way to get in. There is question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are there... Okay, criminally insane.
Yes.
I assume it is for people who have committed bad crimes. Why are there infant incubators and cribs in this place?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, well, this is an insane asylum, and cribs are scary, especially when, I don't know.
And at first I was like, oh, it's just something in the background. They're going to pretend that it's not there later. But then one of the characters full on is like, wow, this is weird. And it's like fondling it. It's like, that is an incubator for an infant. What are you doing?
I may not remember that scene.
I mean, it was like a second.
Okay.
It was fine.
I wrote this quote down. Not as a favorite quote, just like as a what the fuck quote.
Of course.
I think the only bed they're going to find here is made of stone.
Yeah, what? I didn't write that down, but I was like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, I was like,
there are beds all over this hallway. They just don't have mattresses on them.
And like, what does a stone bed mean?
There are no stones in this insane asylum. I don't know what you are saying, ma'am. I mean, sir.
Yeah, that was...
I didn't even write that down, but when he said that, I was infuriated.
Yeah, I was
Thank you for bringing that
and?
What stones? Maybe it's some like lingo from, I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, there's a few signs in the hallways, and one of them says dance hall. And then I was like, what the fuck? Why is there a fucking dance hall? Heath, the nerdy guy, is like, oh, that's what they used to call the execution chamber. They probably went there to relive prom because they're perverted. Yeah, that's the most perverted thing I can think of is relive prom in your 20s. Like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah, like...
You're so fucking smart. I hate you.
I hate him too.
Okay, good. They're exploring, right? They're going all through this place.
Oh, yeah.
They stop at this one place. The camera doesn't pan so you can see what they're looking at. But Heath also, because he's very smart, he was like, that's where they used to like stick their barrels out in case there was an uprising. But what they showed them looking at was just the door of a jail cell tilted. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. You don't know.
No, I don't. But please, I want to hear the rant.
That's all I remember. I was just like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. And then he goes off to take a leak. Everyone's got to pee in this movie.
People really got to pee in this movie.
I mean, you know what? That's fair because that's what happens in real life.
True. I like a film that adequately shows the bowels of humans.
We go back to Kyle, and he has...
Oh, boy. See, this, I thought the cop was dead.
So did I.
Yeah.
I guess he was just knocked out because
Yeah.
he beat the fuck out of him with his weed pipe, which, what a way to go. That's weird.
Yeah.
Even just beating to unconsciousness with the weed pipe, that's weird. Regardless, he's passed out in the driver's seat of the cop car now. Kyle has hooked up the jumper cables.
Ugh.
He's just having fun playing with sparks. He's having a good time. And then he pinches him on to Cop's nuts, which doesn't wake him up. And then
Yeah, actually.
And then he wakes up the cop and also pours gasoline on him at the same time. The cop wakes up and he's just like, hey, what are you doing? His eyeball is missing. He's not like screeching in pain.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey, this is a weird situation. What's going on? If my eyeball had been ripped out, I would be inconsolable, irritating, and terrible.
Oh, absolutely. I would do whatever I could to kill anyone that I saw with one eye. But yeah.
Thank you.
He very much was like, yeah, what are you doing, man? It's like, well, look what he just did.
Do you not feel the jumper cables on your nuts right now? Because
Yeah.
that's also a thing that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts the car and electrocutes his nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then he takes his hit off his weed pipe, throws something that's on fire on the cop, and everything explodes.
Blows up, instantly grayscale. I don't know if you noticed this, but it blows up and it just turns black and white instantly. I did not know that's how explosions happen.
It was only the car and the smoke.
Yes, but like the entire car was just
Absolutely.
like, it was like the editor was just like, and control all, click drag, and control B, which I assume is black and white.
Yeah, I'm sure that's right. I don't know.
Oh.
But yes, absolutely. It was an instantaneous, not even just like a fire, it was instantaneous explosion. Blew Kyle back. Another explosion. Like the first one, black and white, right there. It's just like toast. Toast. Good explosion. That's all I'm saying.
Now we're back at the hospital.
Yeah, and Johnny and Natasha are getting naked.
Oh, God. Okay, so I have a few Q4T, which is a question for Tressa.
Yes.
Would you explore
Oh, gross.
an abandoned hospital?
I would, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, straight up, it's like you just go through this little crack in this fence and you can just walk around.
Fence, yes. I thought you said vent, but yes, fence, absolutely. I would be very, very scared that there would be houseless people in there or something or whatever. I would be more afraid of real people than anything else. But yes, continue. More
Okay.
questions, please. I love it.
Okay, cool. If I have more, I'll definitely ask.
Oh, that was it? I thought
Well,
you
yeah,
had a
just
whole
like, would
list-
you explore it?
God
Yeah.
damn it.
And what room would you fuck in?
Oh, obviously the morgue.
Yeah, the dance hall.
Dude, this...
I literally wrote, I forgot that I wrote this. Me, yes, but I wouldn't fuck in one. But maybe a blowjob. You can
That's
edit
fair.
that out.
That's
Or not.
Or not. Absolutely not. But this was fucking disgusting. I don't care who the fuck you are. They go specifically to the morgue. Their refrigerator dollies pulled out where they used to have cadavers. They fuck straight on where lots of fucking dead people have been. I'm sure it had been sanitized at one point, but it's fucking nasty as hell.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? No. She's like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm so excited to fuck this guy with all this dirt and all this nasty shit around. Let me take off all my clothes except for my thong.
Yeah, my thong that has a belt on it or something. Like,
It was fancy, dude. Don't question.
okay, I don't know much about thongs, I'll be honest, but I just felt like it was a weird thong.
It was, absolutely, because it was like, anyway, we don't need to get into the thong because it's not worth it.
We're not going to explore thong lore of asylum films.
I mean, we could, but it's just going to get boring. That sex scene was way too fucking long, too.
Oh, way too long.
And
Actually,
it went on for fucking ever.
I would like to read to you my
no.
letterboxed review
Oh, no.
of this film. I wrote, if you skip the sex scene, you get to end this movie a whole 4 minutes sooner. Because it was straight up 4 minutes of a sex scene that, like, wasn't great.
No. It was not. It was, okay, first off, I've said this many times. I hate sex scenes, period.
Oh, yeah.
Do
same.
not care for them.
Yeah.
This one, not interesting. Just, ugh. Yuck, yuck.
The music during it sucked.
This whole Asylum series, when they were walking around there, it seemed like they were trying real hard to make the soundtrack like American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Did you notice that at all?
Yeah, I did.
It was weird. I mean, I didn't hate it, but at the same time, it was like, hey, let's go fucking listen to like creepy music. It's so, and be covered in fucking nasty acid dirt that's been here for decades.
So this came out in 2012.
Yep.
That is when American Horror Story Asylum came out, which in my opinion is the best season. Coven is very good.
Asylum was fucking great.
I fucking loved Asylum. So good. Maybe they actually released that film because
This could be a mockbuster.
Yeah, I only want to see a sex scene
Yeah.
if they die during it. If I want a murderer coming up and just something.
Yeah, something's gonna get split in half or shoved through the chest cavity, and so you see it coming out the front.
And the person's like, "Oh my god, the blood of the." That would be very traumatizing.
Right, and the person underneath him was like, "I'm so good at this." Then it's good. Then I'm there for it. So Tony, Jerry, and Samantha. Samantha's the one I had problems with.
Okay.
The name.
Samatha.
Yep. Oh, at one point, there's an outside view of the insane asylum, and greenish clouds come like exploding out of it, or
Yeah, like smoke or something.
It was like either, I don't know. I think later they explained that it was an instant storm, but it did not look like that.
Storm?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
This is LA.
Yeah.
Unless it's sand. I don't. Also, like this whole asylum scene has nothing to do with the movie.
No.
It's just like we're gonna have this.
I was so scared that the whole movie was going to be in this asylum because I was not signed up for that.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it was not, but it did take up so much fucking time in the movie.
And really, like, it didn't further the plot, except for like making you feel a certain way about characters.
No, it absolutely
and their thongs.
That I hate them all, yes. But no, nothing fucking happened to further. I didn't even think about that. You're right. So Sam and Jerry and Tony, they're in the actual execution room with the electric chair.
This scene, I'm not gonna lie, made me less of a feminist.
Okay, but to be fair, Jerry's an asshole.
Truth.
And you know she's not a feminist. You know that Jerry's the kind of girl who's like, ugh, I'm so sick of hearing about vaginas.
That's so fucking funny.
And she's a gynecologist.
She's a gynecologist. It's like, well, why'd you go to school?
You know.
Oh, man. No, please walk us through this scene because I have comments. I have notes.
So they're like, it's a small room, and they're just like kind of walking around this chair. And Sam looks into the audience area, and there's a weird glitchy ghost, which never ever shows up ever again in the whole movie.
Nope.
And she's just like shakes her head like, oh, I must be crazy. Jerry is trying to convince Tony to sit in the electric chair.
Yes.
And they're having a back and forth that just do something instead of bicker. I hate it. He says, give me a blowjob and I'll do, I don't know, something. And she's like, maybe. I'm a girl. You like girls, right? And he's finally like, okay, fine, I'll do it. It's worth it for the BJ. And she's like, I said maybe. I never said I'd do it. He sits down. The amount of just preparation and fanfare just to sit your fucking ass on a seat. I don't care who fucking died on it. She just said sit on it.
Yeah.
It's a fucking chair. You're not going to die. You're not going to be possessed, as I have proven in my thesis, by sitting on a fucking chair. It's fucking fine. Sit on the chair, you fucking infant. I mean, she was a dick, but still.
Real quick though.
Yes, please.
When he's like, you sit on the chair or something, and she's like, I'm a girl. And then Tony goes, What does that have to do with anything? I was like, okay, feminist. I was like, okay, go off. Yeah. Like, I love that.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
You know ladies have been killed there. And also...
I should look that up. Like, how many women have been executed on death row versus men?
Oh, so many people that got abortions got executed.
What?
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
I hate that so much, but...
I know. But you gotta assume.
Yeah. Apparently the Salem witch trials was like...
Yep.
11 people. That was it.
That was it. A bunch of innocent women. Okay,
but innocent people die all the time. Like the Salem witch trials were this big deal. It was like 11 people. I'm like, really? 11 people? It's like,
for the longest time, because I grew up super, super Christian and also really into paranormal stuff. When I heard about the Salem witch trials, I was like, whoa, but they were witches.
yeah.
Like for the longest time. And I feel like it wasn't until recently. It wasn't like... No, they weren't fucking witches, you idiot. They were just women
they were just...
that had a voice or tried to have one.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot, is all I'm saying.
Well, no, but I see your point.
I just wanted to see magic take place. That's it.
I thought it was kind of funny that she's like making him sit in this chair.
Yeah.
Where many people have died. In fact, you could argue the worst people have died.
Absolutely.
Doesn't give a shit in the world, but scared to breathe by a cemetery. But that's not good. But like we're in the room where the souls of murderers leave their body.
Yep. Absolutely.
She's cool with that. She's like, yeah, maybe I'll give you a blowjob. I don't know. I'm a girl.
Yep. That is absolutely a valid point because
that pissed me off.
If any place is going to be haunted, it's going to be the place where souls leave the body. And that's not at a fucking graveyard. Jerry convinces Sam to start strapping Tony down to this chair, which also, they're not strapping him into electric stuff. They're just tying him down. Not even hot, not even cool. He hates it. Consent is hot. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
The lights start flickering. Question. Why is there electricity in that room and that room only?
Yes. It is the electric chair.
Which is why you shouldn't have electricity in there.
Maybe they have a backup generator for executions. That's going the extra mile.
I mean, priorities. Come on.
Boy, did they struggle getting him out of that chair.
They just like to get it started and then leave after they've stolen their wallets and their phones and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know Jerry. She would do that.
She would.
She's a fucking asshole.
Katrina was like, I don't make a lot of money on 30 Rock. I need a summer job. And the asylum was like,
I got you.
Hey, do you want to wear a tank top?
Do I?
And be a bitch? I don't know.
I mean, that's just what I do. Tony is screaming. The girls can't get him out fast enough because the lights are flickering and it's scary, but I mean, I get it. He's probably claustrophobic. He's probably got
I would
some
freak out
issues.
too. I mean, you're in an electric chair.
Yes. And, I mean, he probably doesn't realize that there's no way he can die at this, even if it was hooked up, because he's not hooked up. I get it.
But he had the thing on his head.
Oh, he did.
Right?
You're right.
Which that would get me. Honestly, that would scare me.
Yeah, especially if the lights are flickering in a building where there's no other lights. I'd be like, power surge, I'm dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I retract my statement.
And Jerry is just, I gotta say it again, she's just so lax about all of this for freaking out over driving by a cemetery. I just can't get over the fact how like there's a statute of limitations for her fear of ghosts. And it's only within a cemetery in a car.
Yes. If you drive by someplace where corpses have been at some point and you don't do a very certain thing for that whole time, she is going to fucking lose her shit.
Hysterical.
She might have a heart attack. But goddamn, electric chairs are hilarious.
Yeah,
so let's
and
get
insane
this
asylum. Let's fucking.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna tease this guy with a blowy. The ghost scene in that was kind of scary.
The glitchy ghost?
Yeah. That like actually gave me a little bit of like
Okay. It just seemed so out of place and weird to me that it took me out of it. I was like,
maybe because I was like on a couch and like watching on a computer and I was like only looking at I turned off all the lights in my apartment to watch this film.
it was like one of those jump scare videos.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
And you were high because you were like, instead of taking shots, you were taking hits the same time Kyle did. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I should have done that. Yeah.
Okay, so this scene is also very long, and they're trying to get him out, and there's wind blowing like crazy in this room.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is there wind and electricity in this? Oh, it's ghosts. Okay, never mind. I just answered my own question.
But is it though? Because we didn't. Oh well, we did see a ghost, or did we see someone imagine a ghost? You know.
Well, I think that I was gonna say I think that ghost is one of the ladies in the audience when Klaus was executed. But why would she have a ghost there? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great point.
But also,
who the fuck was that ghost in the first place?
Why would there be a ghost of an audience member? Period.
Yeah.
They didn't die there.
Okay, asylum. Clearly, you didn't peak until 2015. 2013.
Clearly.
I wrote, these people suck. They're all bad friends. They are not good friends.
They are terrible people.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I'm sure they went to therapy at some point and realized that they are terrible people.
Yeah, after their first divorce.
First two, thank you.
First two, thank you.
So everyone can hear Tony screaming. Johnny and Natasha are like, hey, maybe we should stop fucking for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And they get dressed and just gross, you guys. Like, just gross. I hated everything about them fucking. And they try and open the door to the morgue and they can't because Heath has a costume on. He's going to prank him. Dude.
Don't do that.
Fucking Heath, dude.
I know.
He's so fucking nerdy and so fucking hilarious.
Honestly, fuck Heath.
Dude, absolutely. Fuck Keith. They go and they find the execution room and everything's fine. The end of that whole debacle, like nothing. That was nothing.
Yeah. When the guy with the mask on, that was Heath, came in and started like attacking, I was like, oh, this movie might go somewhere.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of like into that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this could be, I don't know.
I knew immediately.
And he was like, oh, okay, you did. Okay.
I was like, there's no way that this movie is not going to do that because that would be too fun.
Yeah.
He fucks around way too long about it. Johnny's got his knife out and he's like got this thing like he's going to hit him. Dude, he's got his knife out. You achieved your goal of scaring them. Joke's over. Let's go. I don't even know why he even stopped the joke because eventually he's just like, just kidding. I'm an asshole. Whatever.
Oh, God.
Right before we leave the asylum, Jerry's like, to Natasha, she says something like, you couldn't even wait till we got to the campsite? Pathetic. And Natasha's like, because I don't fuck everything that walks. Ladies, we need to take some lessons. You are slut shaming on both sides.
Yeah.
You both fuck. It's fine.
We need to lift one another up.
Thank you. Not push each other down.
Yeah.
Ladies, come on.
Wow.
Fucking. Obviously, you guys are just out of high school because you're fucking idiots.
Read The Ethical Slut.
Thank you.
And embrace your needs.
Thank you.
That's all I gotta say.
Thank you.
What a cliffhanger. Join us next week for the stunning conclusion. And until next week, thanks for joining us this week on the Asylum Case Studies. Special thanks to comedian Nate Todd and a very handsome and talented Andy Slater, our mixer and engineer extraordinaire. Make sure to visit us at asylumpod.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Spotify, or wherever, so you'll never miss a case study. While you're at it, if you found any bit of enjoyment in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. Unless you're going to be a dick, then no thank you. So until next time, I'm Tressa Slater, and are you paying someone to misunderstand me?